You need God to serve God. So any strength you have to come here, he gave it to you. And the reason why he gave it to you is to serve. 2024, serve more. If you come here every Sunday, every Wednesday, as a pastor, you sit here. As a deacon, you sit there. As a chorister, you sit there. And the moment the service is over, you carried your bag, you left till the next Sunday. What kind of services is that? What kind of services is that? You see that what matters most to you is position in the church, not position in his heart. He became a general overseer, became a pastor. Then you are too big to clean the seat. You become too big to clean the cobwebs in the church. Others should do it because you are now a general overseer. It's the beginning of your downfall. Do you desire greatness? Greatness comes from our willingness to serve one another. Greatness do not come from a place of fasting and prayer. It comes from a place of service. You've got to serve. You have to serve. Stop coming to church like a guest. Start coming to church like a son and a daughter. What are you doing for God? Can you speak like Hezekiah? What are your points of reference? What can you boldly approach the throne of grace and say, Lord, I have done this? I'm not talking about the services we render in the name of the Lord with complaint. I'm not talking about the services we render in the name of the Lord with grievances, in bitterness, in hatred, and in jealousy or envy. So you're doing and serving God because you want to prove to somebody in the church that you can do better than the person. You have lost it. What are you doing? The day the devil will knock at your door and the pastor will not be there, and even if the pastor is there, the Lord wouldn't heed to the voice of the pastor and the Lord will be waiting for you to speak. What will you have to say that day? Everything we do here as leaders and everything we do outside this place as leaders is recorded. It's on record. I couldn't access my email And I was worried about that. And then I went to YouTube and I Googled to know how to fix your email when no messages are coming in. And then I realized that the memory is used up. The moment the memory, the storage is filled 100%, there's no space for other messages to come. So even if somebody sent a message, it will be hanging in the air or you lose the message. And I listened to a very short video and somebody was talking about it and educated and said, this is how to clean it up. Or you increase the storage capacity. Do you know, even on your mobile phone, if it's a good phone, or your Gmail email, you can save messages for the next 50 years. They are still there. These are chips, microchips that a man like you produce. If men are that intelligent, what makes you think that God is not more intelligent than men? God has the capacity to store without losing any information. Everything we do here and outside is on record. It is called your works. And then it is under your account. Philippians 4:17. Philippians 4:17. Paul said, not because I desire a gift, but I desire fruit that may abound to your account. Your account is your account. Everyone here who comes in the name of being a chorister has an account. And everyone who comes up here and sings and preaches and prays has an account. The cameramen, they all have accounts. And what abound in the account is their works here. If anybody prophesied to you that in flesh you live forever, they deceive you. Every one of us has an expiring date. Expire. Somebody gave us a juice, a drink. And she saw it. He said, why is the color of this drink not the normal color? I wasn't giving attention to what she was saying, so I said to my wife, I said, maybe it's another flavor. So she picked the drink. She's good at that. Then she began to read what is written on it. And then she told me, she said, I knew it. I said, what happened? She said, it has expired. The moment it expired, the color changed. The moment it expired, the taste changes. What was enjoyable before becomes a poison. Life expires. And sometimes we don't even know our expiring date except by revelation. But the moment life expires, you are left with your works. I am somebody who believes that there's one thing every one of us will be buried with. Not the white clothes. No, not the casket. Character. Everyone dies with their character. And everyone is buried with their character. So, this is 2024. I want you to know that anything you do goes straight to your account. Anything. And it will be foolishness for you to think that you've got the whole world in your hand. You can't post off tomorrow except it gives it to you. What if the tomorrow you're saying you're going to change never comes? All the king did was to say, Lord, check my account. And then he said, I serve in truth. Quickly the Lord said, display his account. They saw truth there. And then he said, I serve in perfection of my heart. The Lord said, check, is there perfection? They said, it's there. You have never given me a responsibility that I run away from. I serve you mentally, emotionally, financially. And God said, keep checking. And everything he said is true. And God said, he has a point. I'm changing my decision because your account is good. When we ask you to serve, it doesn't come into my own account. It goes into your account. When we say be good to people, it does not go into the pastor's account. Already my message is my vindication. Now that I preach like this, my account is okay. But what you do with what you heard determines what enters into your own account. Do you want to be great? Serve. In humility. Maybe I'll take my time to teach you the types of people in the church. There are people whose assignment in the church is to distract you. They are not willing to make heaven, and they don't want you to make heaven. They are here. I told you last Sunday, they are everywhere. Even in the church that you call the most holy church, they are there. The assignment is to make sure you get distracted. They have their patterns and what they will do to take you off the track. You should know. You should know. Look at Matthew 20, from 26 to 28. Write this down. This year, be willing to serve. Be willing to serve God this year. And how do we serve him? Now, let's look at this together. Jesus said, but it shall not be so among you. And then he went further to say, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. So if I want to be great, I have to be your minister. The word minister means to serve. Sir, greatness is bettered from my willingness to serve somebody. God is asking you to serve one another. And you are saying to one another, I can never serve you, I want to serve God. And God is referring you to one another. And you are saying, are you God that I should serve you? And then you think that greatness comes from fasting and prayers. You exempt yourself from the fold of rendering services in the name of God. Yet you desire greatness. If any among you want to be great, be a neighbor's minister. I minister to you, and then you minister to me. When I serve you in the name of the Lord, and then you serve me in the name of the Lord, then we... Are you serving? If you think that you want to serve God out of convenience, you might never sit at the mount of greatness. We don't serve God because it is convenient. We serve God even when it is not convenient. Now, and that is what confirms the depth of your love for him. Because it wasn't convenient, you went all the way to do it. Do you know, if you are truly in love, it comes with sacrifice. If truly you are in love with him, then serving him comes with sacrifice. When it is okay and when it is not okay. If you cannot suspend, interrupt your daily routine activities and program for the sake of God, never you expect God to suspend his agenda for your sake. If God cannot change your calendar, then it will be hard for him to change your life. Let him be your minister. Go ahead, please. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Servant. It didn't say, let him be my servant. It said, let him be your servant. Now, we think that serving one another simply means foolishness. Am I a fool? Am I a fool that will start serving him? Do you know that Elisha was very rich? Elisha was very rich. He had farm, and then he was a successful farmer. While he was plowing and farming, that was when God sent Elijah to him. If you ask me, the way Elijah told Elisha, God called him, to me it comes with a little arrogant. Because he never mentioned a word to Elisha. Even after God sent him and said, anoint Elisha in your place. The Bible confirms that he took his mantle and just touched the man. And then he started going. Mantle is his clothes. His covering. He carried it, touched the man while the man was farming. Just touched him and put on his mantle back, and then he started going. But the beautiful thing is, the Bible said Elisha knew and understood that the Lord had called him. But the one who touched him was a man. But he knew it was the Lord that called him. Even the man who touched him from the perspective of arrogance. He wasn't offended. There was no form of salutation. Please go back and study your Bible. Elijah never told Elisha, thus says the Lord. He just touched and was walking away. And there were people who were working for him in his farm. He didn't feel embarrassed and say, how can this guy just touch me and go? See, if you wear the garment of pride, God can't use you. Pride. Pride. You are easily offended in leaders. See, if you are more intelligent than your leader, God will have made you the leader. Pastor Tosin. And then where you sit, I'm not saying all leaders are perfect. No. Only you knows what people are not doing right. Only you. What kind of calling is that? And there are no prefects here. So in all of Reverend Aminu's teaching, the only thing you heard was he didn't say well. And the one you passed, the information you passed was part of the message you felt I didn't say well. But you never publish the one I said well. How can a leader talk like this? You are recruiting people into rebellion. What does Mama think? Why would she talk like that? And the next day you saw her. You said, Mama, good morning. The one who didn't speak well, you never told her. And then you went and meet somebody who was not dealing with what Mama said. You say, how can Mama be talking like this? And why did you tell that person? Why didn't you tell the Mama who will have taken correction? You see, if you find yourself in such a situation, you are becoming disadvantaged. And you are recruiting people into rebellion unconsciously. If you feel a leader didn't do well, go and meet the leader and talk to the leader. And if you feel that you do not have the wisdom to speak to that leader, do what Hezekiah did. Go to the God of that leader and say, Lord, help your servant to understand the mistake he or she is making. Celebrate your calling. Elisha went, the moment Elijah did that to him, he went immediately and organized party. Killed oxen, there was merriment. And then he told Elijah, he said, I'll meet you later. Let me settle these people. And there was party that the Lord had called him to serve. Even at then, he doesn't even know his position yet, his office. But he celebrated it. Are you celebrating your position here and what you're doing here? Or you are tired? Have you become a problem to your department? When did you change? Have you become the reason why that place is not growing? When did you turn to this kind of a person? That was not why you came here. You came to build. You came to build. You came to support. You came to water. You came to assist. You came to contribute to your own account. You came to also write your name in the book of life. This is why you came here. And this is the most important thing. Outside this, nothing else is important. Celebrate the privilege to serve. As an usher, be happy that you are there. When you don't know you're serving God, you'll be in the usher, and then you want to leave the ushering department and go to the choir because you think the usher leader is tough. And then you see, Rejoice and Passion, they are small, I can control them. Let me go there. That is when you think you're working for Command College, where you can leave one department because a certain boss isn't nice to you, and then you move to another boss or another section. But when it is unto God, you will know it's a divine placement. That what led you there, who took you there, is not man, but God. And then you see it as a privilege. And then you so do it there until there is promotion, where God picks you from there and take you to a higher level. Because in the house of God, there is promotion. And then in the house of God, there is demotion. And then in the house of God, there are withdrawals. When I went to University of Georgia, there are people I met them in school, I left them in school. And there are people you hear, there was sometime in social department, but they were withdrawn. Withdrawal. There are some who purposely pull back. Anytime you abandon your responsibility in the house of God, and the work did not stop, and the work continued, God just lost you. Placed. You have been replaced. If you leave a certain section, a certain department for any reason, anger, hatred, anything, and then you pull back, and that department, that section, that group kept on moving, I said you have been replaced. And that means even if you come back, you have lost your first honor. It's a privilege. Oh, let me stop. Okay, can I take it to verse 28? Even as the Son of Man came, not to be ministered unto. Jesus, your master. And my master is saying to us that he didn't come for him to be served in flesh. He said, but to minister. He said, I came to minister. And then you saw the works he was doing. Oh, beautiful. Do you know that they were in the boat sailing, and there was storm, and Jesus was sleeping? Why will a man sleep inside the boat where there is no cushion, there is no bed, and then he could sleep there? Stress. Stress. And then until water was beaten into the boat, and then the disciples came and said, didn't you care that we will perish? And then he spoke to the wind, and then he continued his sleep. Have you inconvenienced yourself before for this? Never repeat that same attitude. When you come to church, when you are happy, and when you are not happy, you don't come to church. Who do you think you are? If you're in a good mood, God have your attention. If you're not in a good mood, you don't want to talk to anybody, you don't want to see God, who do you think you are? You're a mere man. Sir, Tosin, everything we are doing here to one another, we are doing it like unto God. If the God you can't see and the man you can see, if you mistreat the man you can see terribly, God said you do not love him. Jesus said, if you can give these little ones a cup of cold water, he said, you have done it to me. God is in people. God lives in people. God lives in people. What are we doing to one another? Hey, not clapping of hands, not singing the Hosanna, not lifting up our hands in worship. When the service is over, how are you treating me? Behind me and to my face. How am I treating you? Behind you and to your face. Everything we do to one another is what goes straight into our account, not clapping of hands. Serve more this year. And to serve more in the house of God is to be patient with one another. Let people see God in you more than they see anger. Let people see God in you more than they see vexation. Let God be seen in you more in 2024. Serve. This is leadership class and workers meeting. Are you a worker? Be here. We have one Sunday in every week. What's the crime if you wake up by 5 a.m. to take your bath? What's the crime? What's the crime to be here by 7? Look at me. If they said 7 p.m., all the workers in the church, the president said they should be in church. President said too much. Who can I? A local government chairman. Is their cousin. Who else can I? The one man of influence comes and said he wants to see everybody. You'll be here. If they said they want to share money, if I make an announcement and I said next Sunday by 4 a.m., not p.m., that is in the morning, by 4 a.m., I want to give the first 100 people 500,000. Then you go no say, do you understand where I'm coming from? But do you know we are going to have more workers here? Do you know they won't fail? Do you know they will keep to time? Now, money and God, who do you love more now? That's the truth. That's the truth. Let me close with this so that we can prepare for the next service. Receive one another with honor, respect, and love. Let's receive one another in honor, respect, and the love of God. If you want people to honor you, honor them. If you want people to respect you, respect them. It is only in Africa we think that age is what qualifies us to earn respect. Even the Bible didn't say that. Talk to people the way you want them to talk to you. The saddest thing is that people who don't